This matchup was between No Team Name Yet, aka NOTY, and Harambe.et, aka IOWN. The NOTY team was Cherry, Heya, H2O, Coop, Ross, and Woot. And for IOWN, we had Menace, Blood, Player, Abject, Genosta, and Mihao. The maps for this one were Supply and Gold Rush. I don't think there's any fake nicks. This is got to be the first game in I don't know how long that we've got no fake nicks. This actually is nice. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. So we do have No Team Name Yet against IOWN, and it is going to be Supply as the first map. And it does look like IOWN are going to be on defense, and I'm going to stick it out with the Rifle Menace off the bat, and he has been playing pretty well. He has some really standout moments against Team Oxid here on Supply. Mainly on the attack. Panzer does come out from Ross into this lower area, does pick up one frag, and it was the instant kill out as well, so long spawns for the allied team. They are going to go aggressive. Maybe 1 or 2 kill outs more to come. I think they're actually quite weakened on this next attack. Unless it was a fake spawn. It might have been a fake spawn from Ross. A lot of allied team still alive. 4 frags coming out from Jay. I just come out of nowhere. I don't know how he's managed to pick up 4 frags. It might have been on the Axis spawn though, as he is going to push forwards. What's going to try and get his hand on the flag. I don't know how they're not getting these kills on the middle. 4 players in position. Jay's going to continue again. I don't even know where they came from. I think a lot of Axis players just pushed out, and they all got taken down. Pretty much. All Jay. More frags coming out. Menace did pick up a double. 1 player in cave. It is going to be Cherry. Gets dropped by Menace. And the IOWN team are going to be given a little bit of freedom to set up on this spawn. Unless there's a Panzer or something huge in position, they are indeed going to be able to set up. Mihao in this lower area is the SMG engineer. Spots 3-4 players jumping on top. Will be able to give his team a bit of information. Getting off a lot of shots. Does get taken down and gibbed. Push coming into that lower area. They have got a Panzer once more. Abject responds with 2 frags. And here comes the respawn again for the allied team. I'm not sure where the Panzer was. He's going to actually be taken down. So no Panzer on this next spawn. Artie might be able to cover the Axis team as the allies start bouncing in. 1 frag comes in from players' artillery, and the allies struggling in this early stage. Mindful that we saw Menace set up before does get a double frag. And that is going to be 3 frags from Menace. And the Axis have managed to set up a reasonable start on this supply defense. 2 minutes nearly. Looking pretty solid. We are watching Abject here on the rifle stairs. He has spotted a couple of players, getting off a lot of bullets. It's not managing to kill anybody. Doesn't want to revive his mate. A bit late, a bit late. Mihao risks fall. Does manage to catch Woot out a little bit. Woot is going to be able to find the mine, but he does manage to take down his enemy. And I think that's 1 gib from the Panzer as well. Bounce down from Cherry with the nade in his hand. He does manage to pick up a frag. 3 frags in reply though from Menace. And that's managed to shut down the entire allied attack. Really nice from the Axis again. IOWN showing that they're actually a pretty decent force to be reckoned with here on Supply. Last week we saw them against Team Oxid, and they looked pretty strong, and they did actually take Supply off of Team Oxid. I think this is going to be a bit of a bigger test here on Supply. These guys probably would consider Supply their home map, and obviously it's going to be a bit more on the attack, where it's going to be more of an issue. Push coming in from cave. Cherry with the nade, winding it up. Didn't manage to take anyone down or get much damage off. A couple of frags into this lower area. We have got 1 or 2 Axis players still in position for the IOWN team, but they are still managing to clean up. We've seen this time and time again from IOWN. Artillery in to protect their own spawn probably. Here comes the kill outs. It was really nice timing. Whoever's doing the artilleries from middle, it looks like it's Player. He's doing the artilleries just to protect his own team on the respawn, and it seems to be working really well. Double frag comes out from IOWN's Blood on the cave stairs. Do see some pretty decent medic work on defense, but they have actually given up the lower area of Cherry and Coop in the lower area. Plant is going to go down. It has taken them 3.5 minutes to get into this position, and I'm not sure what the positioning of the Axis players are. Nice gib comes out from Coop. He is going to get dropped, and I can't see if there's an engineer just yet for the Axis team. Menace is going to be able to pick up 2 or 3 kills. Maybe a defuse coming in this low area. They are actually going to get taken down. And that's the respawning allies coming out. And this should be it. This should be it for the allied team. It has taken them 4 minutes to get this done and blown. And that is pretty nice for the Axis. Are they going to be able to set up on the next stage? The allies might be able to get to CP before them. Nice little angle here. They're going to meet them on the crossroads. Jay's going to push over. He's going to get some early shots off. No one's making it towards CP just yet. He has been taken down. Genosta getting some reasonable positioning here at the double doors, as the rest of his Axis team do actually get into position. So nice work from the attacking team. Trying to put them under a bit of pressure. Didn't really take anyone down, unfortunately. Mine's in position from Menace. A couple of 5-tick nades. Check out Mihai in middle tower. He's going to be able to scope out a lot of players. Getting a lot of damage off. Janosta picks up 2 from CP. And the allied team is still going to roll over. I think maybe some revives came in. I'm not sure. Artillery is going to do a bit of work. But does pick up 1 frag. Artillery on the road again from the Axis team. And that's just to stop the next push. It is quite aggressive towards the CP though. So they could just go down main road and not get killed by that. They're going to wait for it. Another artillery on the road. Nice shooting from Janosta again. I think that's actually a team frag. It was. 4 players pushing across the top. Rifle could be really huge here. Mihao, on the other hand, picks up 3 from middle tower. But the revive train comes in. I think that's Jay with the revives. Nice work from him as another support frag comes across. It's actually going to be a team kill from Jerry. That was really unfortunate. That was really unfortunate. I think Coop lost his revive protection for like half a second. And then just got insta-gibbed. Try and pick up someone on aggressive position. It's going to be Menace. Nice rifle from Menace. Does take down Cherry, but the revive should come in. I think he got blasted into a bit of a weird position. 4 or 5 players pushing across. Mine is going to do some damage, but Jay picks up 2 as Coop picks up 1 as well. And the CP is going to be slightly cleared out. Abject has to get these frags, but he's not going to be able to manage it. And it is indeed Coop to clear it out for his team. He is the only remaining player for the allied players left. As the revivers actually do come in. Ross is going to be taken down in CP, and that is the Covey. Nice double frag comes out from Mihao. And they managed to clear this out, but the plant is going to go down the main. Big distraction from the allied team. And that's going to be key. If you can blow main, the CP is just going to be in your hands momentarily. They need to just make sure they defend this. 20 seconds. The Axis have done a really good job, but they just managed to lose probably a double stage in one go. Jay here on West, getting a bit of damage in. Does get the frag. Nice double frag from Coop, and I think he's secured the main plant for his team. CP is going to be given up for free now. There might be a player in position here. They are aware there could be someone hiding. It's going to be destroyed. They need an engineer to get into position pronto. Now they're going to turn their attention to east and west plants. But the truck can roll through main with just about 7 minutes gone off the clock. Pretty decent start for both teams. I'd say IOWN probably be a bit happier at the moment. Nice triple frag comes out from Cherry. Nades over the top. So the truck is still rolling on. It is in, I'd not say too bad a position. Can't really use it for great cover where it is. Trying to find someone that's actually doing something at the moment. Lots of nades just getting thrown over the top. H2O is going to make his way into main. Does get off quite a few shots. Does get dropped. Revive will come in. 3 players, 4 players around main and east. Looks like they want to wait for that east to blow. And they just threw themselves in on the short spawn. Trying to move that truck a little bit. They didn't actually manage to move it at all. I think where it is pretty decent. You can't get shot easily from west. You can use the truck. Look at Janosta. He couldn't shoot for ages there. And he gets dropped. Nice double frag comes out from H2O, who is actually going to be able to survive as well. Rifle from Menace takes down 1 in the spawn. Right, he needs to be careful. Nice headshot from Menace. I think he's one of the last alive. He needs to back off. I'm not sure where the rest of his team are. They have got a 10-second spawn. Can we hear the footsteps? Truck is in position. Here comes the footsteps. Nice rifle from Menace. He's got charge for another. I'm not sure where this is going to connect. And another from Menace. Really nice, but no engineers on that. As we do have Mihao here. He's going to come on from behind. Panzer comes up from the back spawn. And it was while it was being built. So really nice from Janosta. Saves the day. 3 frags for him as well. And IOWN sort of just seem to be giving up a stage and then just take over. Really, really nice. Stick with Wood on this push. Nades on main. He's going to get in through the main gates, but crossfire from east and west and upper. I think Menace is maybe in the upper window. IOWN just have this ability to, like I said before in a couple of games before, if you can get multi-frags between your team in like 3 or 4 seconds, it can really be hard to react to that because you're limited to 1 or 2 medics that can really get things done. Nice shot there from Jay. Push coming in through this main area. We did have 1 player. Blood risking full spawn here. Needs to be careful. Plant gone down at west. I think that's west. It is indeed west. Time is of the essence here. Just under 6 minutes remaining for the allied team. Pushing in 1s and 2s though. Jay would have wanted to back up with his teammates there as they're just waiting outside main. The spawn times aren't favourable for the Axis team, so there was no real advantage to waiting. Especially as it was a short spawn for the Allied team, so that was a really good time to try and get some damage done. I think we did hear a Panzer there, I'm not sure what that noise was. Player in the the Axis spawn. Just roaming around, I'm not sure what position he's going to be playing. He's going to get dropped on that east side of the map. What, attempting to jump. Menace in West Tower, sorry. Does manage to take down What somehow. I'm just face palming now. I'm not sure how that happened. I think he actually misplaced the rifle shot. Still managed to take him down. But continuing to try these jumps. Cherry wants to defuse this. Menace, I don't think, spotted him. He's on the mine. Menace had no idea. Menace has no idea. I don't even know what I just saw there. That was pretty funny. 3 frags from V&D, or NOTY, whatever they want to be calling themselves. Trying to push up these stairs. Janosta takes up H2O. Nice shooting from H2O, but doesn't manage to take him down. I think H2O maybe on a very short spawn there, actually. Not too much of a problem. IOWN, though, holding on to their own spawn. Very, very fragmented defense. They're just pushing around in bunches of 3s and 4s and just overwhelming their opponent. Not really defending parts of the map extremely well. You see they're overloading main quite heavily here. Nice try from Janosta. Respawn. They're actually going to go up top now. Not sure if I'm happy with this. They think, oh, there's not much time left. Let's go up top. But it's been working. Why stop what's working? We're going to stick with Menace in this up top position. He's going to be key. Mihao, though. He's just gone aggressive. He's been getting there some frags off. It looked like they were wanting to go up top. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Here he is. He's going to team frag if he's not careful. That's one. Another rifle comes out. Nice work from Menace. Does pick up 2. He's going to get overwhelmed. Pistols out. He does manage to take down another. And this is Blood to try and clean it up. He's not going to actually be able to do it. What's going to be able to get in the revives? And it's IOWN to try and recover as player. I think they're actually going to be able to get that building. Nice distraction from Ross. It's going to be Coop to get the charge. And they are going to be able to get the gold in the back of the truck. Not much time left on the clock. 3 minutes to just get a time on supply. Not even a good time, just to get something on the map. This has been pretty awful so far. The Allies, that is pretty cheaty. I think actually that, yeah, it is. That is pretty weak. Pausing on the gold load. That's an old one. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That is pretty dodgy. I'm going to be honest. That's just a known bug. Hey, you do what you got to do, I guess. They're not even going to move the truck, so I guess it isn't too much of an advantage. That was just pointless to do.
Firing for effect.
3 frags come out from Jay. He is inside the Axis spawn. Gonna keep with him. He's got an MP40 now. That's the reload probably. Nice rifle comes out from Menace. Does manage to take down 1. 2 more players on this east corner, sorry. And 1 player in front of the truck as well. I think that was Cherry, who's actually going to start moving the truck. He has taken a lot of damage. He does get taken down before moving it. 2 minutes 15 on the clock. IOWN are doing a really good job getting kills, getting the Gibbs in as well. Truck is moving. Did take him a while. About a minute after they get it loaded. I don't know why they'd pause in that situation and not move the truck. Anyway, maybe they didn't move it because they wanted to be for fair play. I don't know. Truck is making it to the front of East corner. It hasn't been slowed down at all since it started moving. H-Rove's done a really good job here. Truck driver extraordinaire. Not been stopped at all. Getting a bit more damage off. As the truck's going to roll up the hill. This should be a time for the NOTY team. It's not going to be great. It's going to be like 14 minutes. And we saw IOWN set around 8 minutes against Team Oxid, so definitely beatable. No Axis players in position to slow us down at all. Was that a Panther? I'm not sure. That was something that came across. It is going to be 13 minutes 51, which is awful, which is really, really slow. Menace going huge. 40 frags for Menace, 6.1k damage. That's a lot of frags and a lot of damage from Menace. Looking at the other team, fairly fair spread actually, with damage, with kills. Wasn't too bad. Between everybody, if I'm honest, everybody was around the same sort of damage and kills. 3 to 4.5k, 3 to 4k. The only people that were slightly ahead were Mihao, and then obviously Menace was just took it over on defense. Here comes the restart. 3 minutes 51.
Capture the forward bunker.
Not spectacular. Still defendable. I'd say the strength of the NOTY guys is probably going to be their defense, but a time on the board would be very important for them. A couple of frags being exchanged, 3 for each team. What, picking up 2, and that's vital because it was, I think it was 3 for 3 at that point. Very nice for Woot. He's going to get the mine down in position as well. Tries to get that nade off, and I think we're going to have the allied team having control of that lower area. Have indeed got control. No. That's a full spawn. That was poor. I was going to say, no plant going down. They should have just naded the bottom of the stairs, tried to hold it off a little bit. They didn't know the spawn time of the allied team at that point. Nice shooting from Bloods. Gets a couple of headshots off. Doesn't manage to get a frag. Long range shooting and... Okay, don't want to revive him. On a fraction of Gib health. I think he might have just got him back in on the spawn. Hands is going to come out from Genosta. Does pick up 1, so does Menace. Bounce down from the allied team. Mihao coming in from Cave. Dodging the potential mine spots. He's going to get taken down. Didn't actually dodge all the mine spots. Coops. Mine did the work. 6 frags for NOTY there very, very quickly. The next spawn is key. This is the opening spawn. Every 3 spawns they're going to have this opportunity to get into this lower area. They have to take advantage. And they have managed to get in the lower area. 1's out for full. And I think their next allied spawn is right now. So this is nice. They are going to be coming up against slightly weakened defense in terms of numbers. If you know how ice hockey works, that's basically how spawns work. You want to try and get those power plays. You want to have the spawns where you're pushing against 3 because you took 2 out the spawn before, and that's basically how it works. Nice headshots by Abject. The plant actually was going down in that lower area, but we did see Woot hiding. Just saved the day for his team. 15-second spawn. More mines to go down. And I did say that this is probably the stronger side for the NOTY guys. I mean, it is easier to defend, but to be good at defending consistently, I think that's what you're probably going to have from these guys. Their comms are probably going to be a bit better as well. I think they've got a Panzer on the attack. It's an Abject to Panzer or the pistol mech. Nice rifle from Menace. Bounces in low. He's going to try and take down Jay as well, but Jay pushed forward, and I think that actually put off Menace a little bit. A couple of allied players did make it into that lower area, but again cleaned up. This spawn's going to come in. And this is the good spawn, the allied team. They need to get into that lower area, just to get off some frags. They've got 2 spawns on an axis spawn. They need to get frags and gibs. It's so important to get frags and gibs on this spawn time. You're not going to do it. Same strategy every spawn time. You're going to run into this brick wall every now and again. Nice attempt by Cherry. So Cherry's playing the field up on middle. With the SMG engineer down low. I guess what's playing comfort pick there. We did see Cherry actually play SMG engine, not SMG engineer. He played field up on middle at the last land ground final where they switched it up, where Ross played lower engineer instead of field up on middle, and it worked pretty well. They managed to push the truck quite far in here. Nice grenade attempts. Coop did see the grenade come from this side. Tried to get that shot off. Now the truck is down low, and this makes it so much harder for the Allied team. Panzer Blast is going to get blocked by the truck if they want to try and they can't really defend the plants either. I'd almost say this is going to be a full hold here. They have to just do something incredible. Have to get a lot out for 4. There's 2 out for 4. Three out for 4 potentially. You have to push past this artillery and not get blasted by it. H2O does quite a bit of damage on Janosta bouncing down. Nice double headshot from Janosta. Manages to clear out 1. And Menace needs to get his hands on the flag. He has to get his hands on the flag. He's going to come up against Coop. Coop's not going to be able to stop it. That's it. That's what they needed. I could see that being a full hold all day. And Menace has managed to just do that for his team. Really nice from Menace. Just that truck, just being here and how they were defending before that. Looked horrible. Looked horrible.
Dynamite planted.
But now we have a game. Now we have a chance that something can happen. 8 minutes 30. Plant's going to blow in 15 seconds.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see how the Axis is setting up. Be kind of standard. Aggressive from a couple of players. Doesn't look like they've got much of a CP defense at the moment, though. Nice nades from Coop. Looping timed nades. Players in position at CP. I've got no idea what's driving past my house right now. An earthquake going off. Ross playing that CP field ops. Lots of heads bobbing around. They're gonna run through this artillery. He might get some frags here. RT's gonna blast down very soon. Strike's gonna come out though. RT does come down. Ross picks up 2 frags, 1 of the MP40, 2 of the artillery. And that's going to be a cleaned up allied push. But they're going to have their respawn coming in 5 seconds. A bit of an early artillery there. You kind of want to make them think they can get through it. That's the beauty of the Crossroads artillery. You want to do it a little bit late. So it splits up the attack. And then when 2 people go, the rest think, well, I've sort of got to go. Whereas if you do it too early, they just all wait. Nice crossfire. Wood picks up 3. And if he's playing his known position, which is like this double door hill position, he's very, very good at this. 3-on-3, 6-on-6. What is a master. IOWN have taken over the CP. They've got 5 players in position somehow. Coop's going to have to try and stop them running down main. 1 player alive from cave. It is Jay. He is going to be able to pick up 2 frags. He's been shooting really well today. I haven't seen enough of him. As he is going to shut down the main plant nearly. Does get another frag. Nearly 3-4 frags nearly for Jay. Plant is going to go down from Menace though. Nice covering fire. Nick should get a defuse here. As it's 8 seconds before the Allied team come in. That artillery, huge artillery. They need to go in for that defuse straight away. Cherry is not going to be blasted. He's not getting shot either. Is the artillery going to come in? It's not going to come in. He's going to get that defuse in. That is kind of lucky. Those blasts from the artillery not hitting him. Gutting. He got killed just afterwards by Menace's rifle as well. CP, I think, is in the hands of the Allied team. We'll spec up H2O on this West Rock. Backing up Jay. Let's get a bit of damage off. Ross knows there's one coming from the cave. Obviously, Jay just got killed there. And let's see if his artillery is going to hit people here. See, the thing with these artilleries, you've got to get them a little bit away from main so that they don't hit the roof. But if they're too far away from main, then the blast isn't going to hit them. Arty science. It's not fun, always. They are being slowed down because of that artillery. Don't see any engineers just yet. Where are the engineers? Is that one from cave? It isn't. I just see 4 medics. They're just relying purely on Menace to get these plants down. It's going to be Mihao. No one in position to stop this. Mines are going to come over the sorry, nades are going to go over the top. They're not going to slow it down. Just over 5 minutes remain. So with this plant going off, they'll have just about 4.5 minutes to complete this. So Menace is just making sure. Just need it, even if there's no one on it. Just need it. Although say that. What's going for the defuse? He's going to get the defuse. No, he's not. Blood saves the day from the cave, and that might be wet out for full. I think it is actually wet out for full. Push coming in through main very shortly. Plant going down on east as well. If that plant would have been in position already on East, it would have been very difficult considering they had one less player on that defense. They would have been spread very thinly, but with 4 or 5 players watching just one doorway, it makes things a little bit easier. Someone's on West, shooting Abject in the back. Nice work from player. I know it doesn't look like he's doing much here. Oh, the pistol shots. Jay manages to get a couple of frags in there as well. But the truck is rolling on. And I think the truck's in position. It is. And they're building up top. Is that Menace again? It is. This guy is a machine. He did this in their last game. Somehow snuck through. And the gold is going to be in the back of the truck. 4 minutes remain. And they've got... I'd say this is an advantage IOWN without a doubt. I managed to catch it last week, but this week, no. He's too good. I need a Spec Menace button, because he can do all these nice little actions. Truck is rolling. Player in the back of it. Of course, this is the second half of supply, so this is to win supply. And we have got player in the back of the truck. He has been taken down by the artillery. Team frag came in as well, but the truck has been stopped. I think H2O is pretty much all alone for 15 seconds. He is going to actually get dropped by Mihaw's landmine, and the truck is going to roll out main. And this should be IOWN taking the first map supply against the likes of Ross and Coop. I would say who are pretty big supply players. Obviously, this is a little bit mixy. But we did see how good IOWN are on supply last week. And they continue that. Very nice from IOWN. The truck has actually been slowed down a little bit. Artillery did slow it down, but it should be a map win. No chance of defending this for 3 minutes. I wonder what the second map's going to be. Oh, it's probably going to be Gold Rush, let's be honest. 2K17 Menace best player, maybe. He's been doing some really good stuff the last couple of games. Like instantly building up twice, I think, in the last couple of games. Looking at the frags, Menace comes out with 53 frags for his team. Across to the other, 56 for Woot. 8.7k damage for Woot, he went huge. 7.9k damage for Menace. 251 frags to 261. So I think the NOTY guys were actually behind by 20 frags or so on their own attack. So they managed to claw themselves back in it. Very close on the damage and Gibbs. And the frags. So we are going to see Gold Rush almost definitely. Yes. What a prediction. And it is going to be NOTY on defense with IOWN attacking for the win. If they were to win Gold Rush here, they'd be massive upset. The 4-0 victory. Nades on towards side. Ross is going to be able to pick up one. Rifle comes out from Menace. Nice frag from Woot. And NOTY are going to start things off pretty strong. The other sort of team that would, I think, the sort of egos on these sort of players. Everyone's got an ego. That isn't to say ego's a bad thing, but some people they don't deal well with things that are going wrong. I think these are the ones, these are the sort of guys that if they get killed, or if they lose a round, they're going to play a bit harder. They don't think they should be losing, sort of deal. Slow start, they have gone to the CP, the Allied team. It's quite a familiar tactic for everybody. I'm not a big fan wasting the first minute on a map just to get some CP. When you're generally going to lose it, it's only worth getting CP if you run a field up on attack. And even then. Nice rifle comes out from Menace, bounces off the palm tree. Big push coming in on side. Coop's going to be called into action on this push. He has looped a nade over the top. That's just going to give himself some time with the rifle shots. He's going to have lined it up. Here comes the rifle. Manages to dodge it, Janosta. Taking shots in the back as well from Ross. And I think there's a push coming up back. Small opportunity for Janosta to push in. Does get some damage off. Nice double frag comes out from Mihaw. Push coming on towards the tank. 2-3 players. Still the revives will come in. 4 players just positioned behind this tank. Really awful position for the Axis. Abject here on this back area. We'll start pushing towards the tank. As revives will come in. Nice shooting from Abject. I think he's got Coop behind him. Unless Coop's been taken down, I didn't see. Coop hasn't been taken down. He was just waiting, trying to take down the engineer. I think he nearly saved the day, but the engineer, Mihaw, did manage to build it up. So they have got the first stage. It took them a minute. It took them a minute after that CP build to get that. Not too bad. Menace here. Gets a rifle off. Nice rifle again. He doesn't manage to connect on any of these. Maybe a build coming down on the barrier. Coop is in position. He's been team killed. Here comes Cherry. He will get killed on the builds. They should easily build this up now. They're not going to actually go for that build. And Coop's going to get killed. Oh, is he up for full? They need to get the reviving really quickly. Where's the reviving medics? They have managed to get their reviving. Nice work from H2O. He will just dive on the build. This is really important. They have to get this build. Well played from Coop. He is going to sacrifice himself for that. And so did H2O. I think H2O was just there just to revive if need be. That's going to bought themselves 30 seconds, but the insta-plant's going to come down. Nearly from Ross. Nearly. That was some Assassin's Creed move I just saw. A lot of the defending players are respawning back in. Push coming up this long roads. Gets shut down by Bloods. Gets 2 frags. They are going to get revives in. People at the back of this hill. I hate shooting it just when you just see the heads bobbing up and down. It's going to be a big spawn frag coming in here. We're going to have the allies all over first and second off the bridge. Menace is going to be able to pick up one. And the rifle comes out with the gib. More frags coming in. Player's going to be able to pick up one as well. I don't think he meant to get that team frag in. So we do have player from long thirds. I just managed to keep them back as the tank is rolling on. Nearly in position. You haven't seen the Axis destroy the tank at all. And I have said that destroying the tank is really important. Landmines are going to do a lot of work. Respawn's going to come in for the Axis. That was kind of fortunate. And they're going to have to go to the bank. 4 minutes and they're on the bank stage. That is not good. They're going to have an amazing backstage. Bit of frame lag. That was weird. They're going to have some spectacular backstage here. Nice headshots from Bloods. Respawn's going to come in. Strike under the bridge. He's going to destroy the tank. You see Mihao already crept forwards. Not sure what he's waiting for. He has been spotted by Cherry. Cherry just nails him. Can't give anyone a chance like that. Mihao just taking a bit too much time there. 4 players set up in the bank. Spot up Coop from thirds. With a lot of footsteps coming from the barrels. Nice shooting from Coop. Trying to bait them into the crossfire a little bit. He should get revived. Should. So it's going to be 4 frags actually coming in for Cherry, who's renamed to King. Because why not? Why wouldn't you rename? Respawning Axis. J-Pen at second arch. Panzer comes across from the bridge. It is going to be Blood to pick up 1. And that is going to be the field up, so ammo is going to be a bit of an issue. Team damage coming in. 3 players from first. Oh, he's going to get slightly overwhelmed. Nice shooting from Jay. He's going to get in a lot of damage. Don't think his teammate was even revivable there. Nice play from Jay and Woods. Do manage to just put this allied push through the spawn to sleep. Wood picks up 4 frags on that push. It was a bit of a revive train. Stop. Nice. Nice. I think that's Ross out for full. As they do actually pick up the objective. Shooting from seconds. Blood is nearly going to make it away. RT in position at barrels. Player needs to get those packs out. He's running up the hill. He's going to be able to make it away. And I'm going to try and follow him. Here he is. Is he going to come face to face with a sneaky Axis player, a sneaky German? Hiding somewhere. There's so many spots here that they can be hiding. He's going first. He wants to go first. This is... Well, he's going to get in the back of the truck. This is going to be a pretty decent time, though. Rifle from Menace is going to come out, and he's going to be able to pick up 1 frag. Maybe a barrier build coming in. I don't think they've got any engineers. And I think this is going to be it. I think this is going to be a time. Less than 10 minutes here on Gold Rush. It's going to be very, very hard to beat. If they need to slow down this truck, they need to get something more on the clock, because they haven't had much of a defense. Their first stage was a minute. They didn't really hold it off. They got the barrier down, but the barrier blew with maybe 5 or 10 seconds before the tank could move on. They didn't damage the tank once. They got held back in their spawn quite a lot. Not really with spawn strikes or just spawn kills, just being distracted and just, you know, messed around basically by 2 or 3 players. Panzer. Let's see what we can do. He hasn't got much time. Respawn will come in soon. Don't think they're going to run out. 7 minutes 30. What's going on? What's going on? 19 frags coming out from Cherry. 18 from Woot. The big damage going Cherry's way. Across the other team, no one really jumping out at me. Pretty equal damage. Player having the worst of it. But he did, I think he did run the docks. So, I mean, that was 30 seconds, 45 seconds of their very short time just drained away from his damage potential. But I don't know what to say there. That wasn't the greatest I've seen. So here we go. IOWN defending for the win. Only 7.5 minutes. Let's see if we can spot someone on the attack. It does look like they're going to go for CP. They went with an energy for CP, and they've gone for Rakovi. I don't understand this thought process ever. With this sort of time on the clock, am I missing something? Is there something special about this CP that if you get it, something special happens, except for just reduced charge times? Everyone seems to love Gold Rush CP. Push coming up back is going to get annihilated. 2 frags for Blood, 2 frags for Mihao. And the respawn's going to come in. I don't even think they got their hands on that CP. I could be wrong. Push coming in towards this side area. Bit of grouping here. Needs to be careful with the nades and rifles. Ross is going to be able to just run inside. IOWN respawning back in. He's going to have a bit of control here at sides. As you do see Abject going quite aggressive. He needs the backup of his teammates. Nice play from Ross. He does get the kill and give on 1. No revive. He was very low health as well. As it is actually going to be Cherry to pick up both those revives. So maybe a tank build coming in. And they are pushing up back. What's on the builds? And he is going to be able to build this. And this is it. This is what they needed. And this is the sort of, these are the sort of players to just roll on and take objective by objective. They need to do exactly what was done to them though. They need to get on this next stage. What is got nades in hand? Nice grenade. Oh, it doesn't connect. Doing a bit of damage. He's managed to slow them down a little bit from behind. Lots of frags coming the VND's way. H2O is going to get dropped. Double frag comes out from Abject. And they haven't got this barrier built up. And NOTY are going to be able to get the tank into position quite quickly, I think. No damage coming in either. As it just rolls down the hill. CP is getting built up by the allies. So no slowdown there. I'm not sure if the truck barrier got built up. I would assume it did. So they're going to get distracted a little bit by that. They have it indeed. But 5 minutes. They're going to be getting 5 minutes on the backstage when they had 7.5 minutes set against them. How is it like the worst? This is like how not to defend Gold Rush early stages. Brought to you by IOWN and NOTY.
They have repaired the tank. 5 minutes, soldier. Go, go.
We did actually get damage. Artillery is going to get a bit more damage in as well.
They have damaged the tank.
Okay, not too bad from IOWN. They can damage the tank once. It's good. They managed to do it twice. And they're just going to slow it down, even by 10-15 seconds. Oh, nice from player. Gets that one headshot off. As what's going to close in to build this tank up. Should be able to get into position now. It is indeed going to be able to get into position. So just under 4.5 minutes on that backstage. Is pretty decent. Considering the time that they had set against them was 7.5. Aggressive from IOWN. The respawners are going to just take position at first and second. Big push coming down the ammo roads as they're going to push over barrels. Ross is going to be able to make it into the bank from third, but they've got 3 players behind the bank. That was that Panzer. I think that was a Panzer from the bridge. That could have connected and picked up 3. I think it just hit the lip. So unfortunate. Strike underneath the bridge, I think. Unless it was a grenade. Push coming across. Ross breaks his legs. He's going to be able to make it towards second arch. He should be getting shot in the back. Where's the defense from thirds? Blood's kind of taken by surprise. And that's going to be blood out for 20 seconds or so. Ross is making his way behind bank. They know he's here now. Menace is going to come face to face. Ross on a short spawn. Just wanted to make himself as useful as possible before killing out. Time is running out for the allied team. Where's the push coming from? Bit of pressure towards first. Nice shooting from player. Takes down Ross. Insta-gibs him as well. This is the next spawn, is it? Got a lot of allied players spawning. And it looks like they're going long. And they're going across the courtyards. Shot from thirds. Push coming out. Respawning Axis. This is it. This is the spawn. What's going to push into the back? He is going to be able to get his hands on the gold. He is going to get shot in the back. Janosta's going to be able to take him down. And Janosta had about 30 HP. That was very, very important. I think if he would have got that kill and got the grab away, he'd have been pretty much home free. Not much time left on the clock for NOTY. They've got like 35, 45 seconds really to get that gold and get it away. Janosta's going to get whipped down. It's going to be Ross to pick this up, and his respawning teammates are in position. I'm going to pick up Ross. I don't think there's any Axis players around. He's going to make it away. He's going to get shot from second. Surely he is going to get shot from second. He's going to go up the long. He's going to get dropped, and they're just on the bottom of Ammo Road. Coop needs to back up and get this. He needs to go underneath the bridge. He is. Where's the rest of his teammates? Jay, here comes the rest of his team. Ross has managed to pick up that revive. He needs to pick up H2O as well. Ross gets dropped. Push coming out and manages to pick it up again. Coop still somehow alive. The respawning Axis are going to be able to secure this. And that should be the 4-0 victory. I don't think they've got enough time now. The Axis really just held on for like 15 seconds on their spawn time. I think they were quite weakened. Big airstrike and big kills though coming out from player. And that's pretty much shut down the last hope for NOTY. And I would say IOWN kind of showed what they can do last week. Just a little glimmer what they did against Team Oxid. Saw some really nice action from them against on supply. And realistically, they could have won that game if Oxid didn't just put themselves into another gear. .40 seconds remain, but it is definitely going to be a victory. They've got their hands on the golds. All for nothing. H2O starts making his way across, does get taken down. No, I don't think you could get any sort of confidence boost from this. Getting the gold in the back of the truck is hardly any consolation. Don't worry guys, we lost the game, but at least we got the gold in the back of the truck, you know? Yeah. I have to say though, Jay has been playing pretty well from what I've seen. Getting some nice frags in. I know he doesn't play as much as some of the other players as well, so that's nice. Let's pick up the stats.
Objective secure.
As we are going to see 32 frags for Abject. The reply was 28 from Cherry. And the big damage going the way of... I thought I saw a 4.6 somewhere. I always sometimes get this wrong and people get annoyed. I think it's Mihao who got the highest damage there. Mihao with 4.562. So it is going to be a 4-0 victory for IOWN, and I think that is a pretty big upset, I've got to be honest.